Hi everybody, welcome to this yoga class. We're keeping it gentle, but there will be some challenges if you want them to be, but it's generally going to be a slower class in which you're holding postures for a longer time, so you are completely in control of how much you want to challenge your body. But know that this can be gentle if you want it to be. We're going to start by just sitting comfortably. You could come into a Ardha Padmasana, a half lotus pose, for example, or just in a cross-leg position. If you feel that you're rounding your back, it's always nice to sit on a block, elevating yourself a little bit so knees can drop further down, hips higher. But you can also just sit in another way. Anything that helps you really kind of be able to expand into the stomach. And we close the eyes and we take a long breath in. And we exhale through the mouth. It can be a sigh, it can be a ha sound. And again, breathing in through the nose. Feel your stomach and your rib cage expand. Chest as well. And sigh out. And as I always say, you know your body best, you know your rhythm best. So just breathe in a way that works for you. Maybe another inhale and a sigh out, and that rhythm that works for you. And then slowly start to let that breath settle into its natural rhythm and just observe it as much as you can. As we know, that is difficult because we can't really fully take ourselves out of this experience of us in this world and in our body and just become the observer. But we'll give it a try. Notice if your in-breath is longer or your out-breath. And then we're going to do a few rounds of Bramhari Pranayama, or the humming bee, inhaling through the nose. And just as before, don't overthink the inhale. And then just hum out, creating a nice sound, the sound of a bee. You could bring your hands into Shanmukhi Mudra as you do that, closing off the eyes and all the senses, and obviously not pressing onto the nose because that's where that sound comes from. So inhaling and humming out. And don't mind me while I do my thing, and I may get rid of that sound in post if it's too rubbish. Relax the hands, the eyes can stay closed. And we slowly move into the neck, dropping one ear to the shoulder and then the other. Starting to draw a half circle with the chin coming down and up. Widening if we want to a full circle, but bringing the hands behind the head so that you're really, really comfortable here and we're not overloading the neck. Circling in both directions. And then use your left hand to guide the ear towards the shoulder. Send your right arm to the side. Eyes can be closed like mine, or you can open them, whatever works. And then spread your fingers wide. Start moving into your fingers, and then into the wrist, into your shoulder from here as well. Maybe opening your palm to the ceiling and then sending the palm to the back of the room. Just rotating in a way that feels good to you. And then guide your chin towards your armpit and bring your right hand behind you. And release the chin to the chest, both hands behind the head. Press gently down, warmth into the vertebra at the top there. Then round your back. And slowly come up. And change the position of your seat. So if you're sitting on the heels, of course you don't need to change anything, there's no other side, but you can still decide to sit differently. So however you've been sitting, to the opposite of that or the other side if there is one. And then from here, right hand to the head, guide your right ear to the shoulder, and send your left arm to the side. Spread the fingers wide, and all as before, take your time with whatever you do. Movement into the fingers, and then into the wrist. And from there, also adding that shoulder rotation. And we'll bring the chin to the armpit and the left hand behind us. Chin slowly comes to the chest, both hands behind the head. Gently press the head down, keep your back straight. From here, elbows towards the hips or belly button rather than towards the front. But how much you round is completely up to you. Hands stay where they are as you slowly straighten again, and then drop the head into the hands. Gently arch your back. And release. Right hand onto the left knee, left hand behind you, just as before. I could reach for my foot here. You can if you're sitting like this, but any other seat is fine as well. Nice long spine as you're gently twisting. And then twist the other way. And we release and slowly come onto all fours. Spreading the fingers wide as we did before, checking that the wrists are roughly under the shoulders and the knees are under the hips. And then we gently arch the back, raise the head, bring it to the front, maybe looking up. And we slowly round the back and drop the head. Stay here too. And as you hold the posture, don't hold your breath. Just let it come and go. And then on your next inhale, whenever that is for you, arch again. And on your next exhale, round. So stay for a few breaths, doesn't matter how much.
Stay. Deepen by staying, not by pushing yourself or anything like that. It's not necessary. And find your own rhythm. That movement into the round is on an exhale. The movement into the arch is on an inhale. But again, we stay for longer. We might also push the hips from side to side, whether we're arching or rounding. This is just about exploring how the body feels. What we can feel in the body now that we may not normally feel. Maybe because it's new, temporary, because everything is temporary. Maybe because it's always there, but we never pay attention. So now we're here to pay attention. That's all it is. And when you feel ready to move with every breath, then go ahead and arch as you inhale and round as you exhale. On your next inhale, raise your right arm and see if it's comfortable to look up to the ceiling, and if it isn't, just bring the head to the side or even drop the head. And then start drawing a circle with your fingertips, checking that range of motion of the shoulder. What is comfortable here? How far do you want to go to the left as you go to the front, to the back, behind you as you go to the back? Next time you come up, stay again. And bring the hand down into the left side. Slide the arm onto the ground, bring the head to the ground. Let's check that that's comfortable. Sometimes if you don't have a block, the left arm could help and come under the head. But if you're comfortable here and you don't need that left hand on the ground, then raise it. Maybe drop it behind you. Find a place for it that's comfortable for you, because I don't have all the answers and I know nothing about your body. So just take this time where we're really just able to do nothing other than focus on the body, or asked to do nothing other than focus on the body, to really take that seriously, to cultivate interest in something that is most often not really considered interesting or worth paying attention to. And yet it is, of course, the most important thing. We slowly come into child's pose. Arms to the front or sides. As you lie here, really feel that breath go into the back. That's where a lot of our lung capacity is. That's where we can feel that expansion and contraction too. And slowly come back up onto all fours, hands in line with the shoulders. Left arm goes up on an inhale and then stays there. We might drop the head, we might raise the head. It doesn't really matter. circles with the fingertips guiding the way, going to the front but maybe further to the right, going to the back but maybe further to the right there as well. So see what your shoulder feels is comfortable. My poor plant. And then left arm up, keep it high just as before. And take it down and over to the right side. Let your arm and head come to the ground before you do anything else. From here you can do whatever you want to do. So no one size fits all, and that also goes for your right side versus the left side. A good indicator, I think, is always checking if it feels similar rather than how it looks. Slowly release, and this time sit the hips back but hands to the front and gently press your lower back and mid back towards the back, rounding slowly. Head can drop, chin can come to the chest, depends on how much you want here. Gently move your hips from side to side. And settle in the middle. And slowly come up. Onto all fours. We're going to breathe in and raise the right leg. Arch the back. Breathe out, knee to the dropped head. Then right leg to the back, left arm to the front. Close the eyes if you can. Feel the length in your right arm. Push that right hand into the ground. And release. Eyes can open again. Or you can keep them closed if you like. Inhale, left leg goes up. Exhale, knee to the dropped head. And left leg to the back, right hand to the front. The eyes close, and settle, and feel the breath. If it gets too much, toes and fingertips can come to the ground as well. And always questioning, is this posture okay for you? There's always variations that you can come up with yourself. And we release. Hands down, or hand down, knee down. Keep the eyes closed if you want. Drop the head, push your hips from side to side. And then tuck your toes under from here and push the hips up. And let them reach for the ceiling, heels high. And then one by one, the heel drops and then the other heel drops as your opposite heel goes up. Just paddle it out a little bit. Consciously drop the head, shake the head,
not the head. Maybe even walk your feet a little bit further to the back if you want. Just find that perfect place, the perfect distance for you between the hands and feet. Press into the hands, press into the shoulders, let the arms get longer. Imagine breathing down the spine from the crown of the head via the neck all the way to the tailbone. And then roll forwards into a plank. This can absolutely be a half plank with the knees on the ground. And keep the eyes closed here. All that matters is what you feel in the body. And that's long arms, strong shoulders, shoulder blades apart. Hips not dropped, but not too high either. You want to be one long line. And again, it may be too much for your core. It might be too much for the hands, the arms, the shoulders. You decide. If you've started in a full plank, you can always take it down, knees to the ground, whenever you want. And feel your core. Feel your breath as well. You don't want to stop breathing, as a general rule, unless it's intended. But in the same way as I'm now talking to you, and I'm not in, I don't find it difficult to speak, you should not find it difficult to breathe right now. Drop your knees, arch your back, and then drop your chest and chin. You want the elbows to come in towards you. If they come out, it's fine as well. And then all the way onto the front of the body. We press, first actually, let's do this. Forearms to the ground and come up. Close the eyes. Move gently into your neck, just making sure you're comfortable. Maybe check on your jaw as well, just to make sure you're not holding tension inadvertently. Slowly release down, bring the arms to the sides here, fingertips to the ground, or the palms of the hands. And we're going to come up on an inhale. It doesn't have to be high. Go down on an exhale. Finding your own rhythm here. Arms could straighten, but don't have to. Surprise, surprise. Goes for pretty much everything. Nothing has to be done. Everything can be done. Next time you come up, stay up. And then come down. Hands next to the chest. This time we're going to go for that tricep action here. So elbows in, shoulders down to the back. And we rise. We want our pubic bone to be in touch with the ground. So everything below your belly is on the ground. And nice and relaxed. If this is too high, your body is going to tell you. So listen to all the messages that your body is sending you. And if you get really good at it, then the body can really communicate with us in such a beautiful way. That sense of interoception, some of which we've really just lost. And sometimes we give up that way that we can listen to the body with our Fitbits and our Garmins that tell us everything that we need to know about the body. Technically, we should be able to realize these things. And we do, if your heart rate is up, if your blood pressure is up, you probably notice. But we get out of the habit of it. So yoga is our chance to hone this sense of interoception. Slowly release, and we push ourselves into child's pose. This time, arms to the sides of the body, and we turn the head to the left side. And then we can drop the shoulders a little bit more. Can we make ourselves even heavier than we already feel? And close the eyes. Breathe into the back.
And then another round of Bramhari Pranayama. Breathe in, hum out. And we turn the head to the right side. Drop the shoulders, nice and comfortable here. And in this position, it's quite nice to do Bramhari Pranayama because we can really feel the vibrations, I always think. And we really have to think of our body as this instrument with a big resonance. And many, violins to bass, they're all based on the shape of the body, those different rooms that create sound. So we'll do this Bramhari Pranayama on the other side as well. Take a breath in.
Slowly come back. Walk the hands to the front. Tuck your toes under and push the hips up. Remember, you can always bend your legs. If it gets too much, you just bring the knees to the ground. Parvatasana, or the mountain pose, of course also known as downward dog. Not one is more right than the other or better than the other. It's just different names for the same posture. Although what I learned as downward dog was this. So quite different. And I always think looks more like a downward dog, but of course it's not just any dog, it's Shiva. Those dogs, upward dog and downward dog, is him being the lord of dogs as well, because he's lord of the ghosts, as he is a spirit. And dogs are associated with hanging around crematoriums, so they are also his subjects, so to speak. We walk to the front and bring the feet to the outside of the hands. Hands to the opposite elbow, rock from side to side. And then find your middle here. Just let yourself hang and get heavy. You could pull yourself a little bit closer to the legs if you wanted. Try and find a connection of your stomach and your thighs. And then from here, one hand after the other goes under the foot to the point where the toes could touch your wrists. And then we keep the fingertips where they are, but we slide the hands to the inside here. So fingertips still underneath. Toes can go out a little bit. They may have to. I want you to come down, pressing down, straightening the spine. And on an exhale, I want you to come up again. And again, just as we did in Marjaryasana in the cat when we were on all fours and we were arching and rounding, every inhale could take you down, every exhale could push you into that wide-legged forward fold, but you could also stay in that forward fold for a few breaths. And then stay in your Malasana, in your garland pose for a few breaths too. Next time we come up into your forward fold, release the hands and walk the feet together. Hands then go back under for that full Padhastasana. Hand to foot, hand under foot. Again, remember there's always options of doing a little bit less. Peace fingers could hook around the toes, the big toes. We could just bring the fingertips underneath the toes. And of course, you want to bend your legs here if necessary, as much as is necessary.
And stretching into the whole back body, so you want that torso to be nice and relaxed and heavy as well. And then in yoga, the west of the body is the back body. We release and bring the hands to the shins, straightening halfway up, and then all the way up to standing. Raise the arms, breathe in. Stay here on an exhalation, keep breathing, nice long breaths, you might guide them. And we bring the hands to the heart center. Feeling the big toes touch, feeling the inside of the heels touch. Raise all your toes off the ground, and one by one, bring them back down, spreading them apart. Eyes closed. We roll the shoulders to the back, we drop the hands and open the palms to the front in Tadasana. Or tree, what am I saying? In mountain pose. And we might spread the fingers wide and reach the fingertips down towards the ground. And then I want you to become aware of every part of the body. And Tadasana is always one of those wonderful examples of how you can practice yoga and how you can be unaware, even if you're in a posture that happens to be an asana. And this is one of the basic poses maybe. But if you stay here with all of your awareness and start feeling every part of the body, there's nothing basic about it. Open your eyes and breathe in, raise your arms. Maybe coming into a little back bend. On your next exhale, fold forwards. And as you inhale next, step your right foot to the back and sink your hips down. Now you've got options here, many options. You could drop your right knee to the ground. You could straighten your spine just looking to the front. You could raise the arms here, but find where you want to be. Hands can stay on the ground. You can even keep the head dropped and the torso heavy. Give yourself a few moments just to be here, to breathe into the body, to be aware of where you are. From here we come into a plank. And we hold without dropping. The moment this happens, you want to bring the knees to the ground. Long arms. And then knees come to the ground. We hover the chest and chin over the ground, or we just bend the arms a tiny little bit. And we inhale, drop the hips, raise the chest. We stay in our Cobra or Bhujangasana and bring the chin to the right shoulder. Elbows in, shoulders down. We could be much lower, remember? Chin to the left shoulder. And we come back into Parvatasana, mountain pose or downward dog. Inhale and raise your right leg. Just point those toes to the ceiling, get nice and long, and really feel that you're grounding yourself with your hands and your foot. As if someone was pulling you up, but you've got that grounding. And flex your foot and drop the heel. And from here, step to the front. We inhale and raise the right arm. And slowly release. Hand down, step into Uttanasana. Then keeping the head dropped, walk your hands to the front. So hips stay right above your heels. Nothing changes, just the arms getting longer. Now raise the fingertips off the ground and rise from here. Imagine someone pulling you up from your fingertips. Breathe in. On an exhale, bring the hands to the heart center. Inhale, raise your arms, maybe arching the back. And keep breathing. That's why we sometimes find that breathing becomes a little bit harder and maybe come a little less deep into that back bend. On an exhale, arms next to the ears as you fold forwards. And hands just next to the feet somewhere. Breathe in and step your left foot to the back. And again, remember there's many different options of where to go from here. All we want is to get more comfortable, a little bit softer. Maybe we sink the hips down. Maybe we look to the front. Maybe we raise the arms. Maybe we want to have that left knee on the ground. Good, and then hips stay where they are. We step that right foot to the back. We gently bend the arms here, just a tiny little bit. Knees could come to the ground. We can come lower down as well. And from here we drop the hips and bring the tops of the feet onto the ground. Arms long, legs off the ground. If we want. Obviously there's all the other options that are available. And shoulders to the back, chest to the front. Jaw stays relaxed, of course. And we roll on the toes or tuck the toes under, coming back into Parvatasana. Left leg goes up, nice and high. Again, that feeling of length in the arms and in that right leg as well. We flex the foot, drop the heel. We step to the front and we raise our left arm. Now notice how you can sink into that right shoulder or keep it active. So think of that right arm as well, keep it long. And we release the hand, step to the front. Drop the head for a moment, shake the head, nod the head. Maybe bend the legs a little bit, let the belly come in touch with the thighs. And again, walk the hands to the front and in one smooth movement, come up to standing. On an exhale, bring the hands to the heart center. And we come down onto the back because we started seating, a nice long session on the back. Start by hugging the knees in. And see if you might want to rock from side to side, whatever you feel is more comfortable here. Close the eyes, take a breath in, and sigh out. release the feet, bringing them comfortably in front of us, not too close, not too far away. Hands relax for the moment. Shoulder blades, no sign of the shoulder blades basically, just nice and soft shoulder blades. Breathe in, and as you exhale, peel your spine off the mat, push up, interlock the hands under you so that you can bring the shoulders in a little bit. Shoulder blades might squeeze as you press further. Squeeze your glutes, feel your quads as well, of course, and stay. If you've come a little bit too high for your own liking, then absolutely adjust. And observe your breath. Eyes closed, just tuning in. You're not missing anything around you. In the outside world, it's just not important right now. All that's important is your breath. And we slowly release. Drag the knees in. Move the knees out and in. And then knees just above the hips, toes to the front. Hands to the stomach, maybe to the rib cage, maybe to the chest as well, but definitely one hand to the stomach. Shoulder blades still relaxed, neck stays relaxed, as we might straighten the legs. And this is where things become really quite individual. We can come into a high diagonal here. We can keep the legs bent as well. We can send the knees further forwards. We can come anywhere we like here. What we want to make sure of is that we're still breathing into the stomach. Of course, the breath is going to change, but we want also that connection of the lower back and the ground. We don't want to overdo it. So the breath is going to tell us when maybe the ego has taken over and told us we need to do more, you need to be better. You don't need to be better, you just need to be. That's all it is. We need to accept that the body is not us, it is our house, our home, but we take care of it. And if our house is in very good condition, then we can focus on ourselves. We don't have to do any renovations. We can focus on that book we're writing or whatever else. You get the idea. We want the body to be healthy so that we can focus on the mind. We don't want to be distracted by anything that is not right in the body, any pain, any discomfort, anything that would keep us distracted from what's actually important, and that is that connection to Brahman, to consciousness. We slowly release and bring the soles of the feet together, drop the knees to the sides. And then there's that natural curve coming into the spine, so there'll now be some space underneath your lower back. Just feel the breath. Feel your heartbeat as well. That will have risen a little bit too. And isn't that nice, just to know that every action has a reaction. Our body tells us things, our body reacts in certain ways that we can be sure of. You just need to pay attention. And sometimes things like aches, pains, conditions can be frustrating, but at the same time they are our body's sign that says pay attention. That's all it is. And yeah, I sometimes have that, reactions to food, and I always think that's quite nice of my body to tell me, because some people don't have that, or they're not in tune with that sense of their body, and then they don't realize, and somewhere down the line they'll pay the price in physical or mental conditions or something. So it's always good to just tune in, to know that the body is speaking to us. We stretch out the left leg, we pull the right knee in towards us, just into a glute stretch to begin with. We stay here, we might even bring that knee a little bit closer, pull it further in by bringing the hands or forearms under that right leg. See what's going on in the hip as you do that. Is there any change there? And then and gently guide your knee towards the left side. You might even, if you want to deepen a little bit, bring your hips to the right side, further to the right side first. And then from here into any variation of Margadasana or the monkey pose. Just a comfortable supine twist that you're happy to hold. And if you started from a position of strength and pushing, that's all fine. You came into a place that you wanted to come into. But now can you soften this posture a little bit? As if you were starting to fall asleep. And just observe the breath, the way your stomach moves with this gentle twist, with this gentle constriction in your stomach. And we slowly release. Coming onto the back, hugging the knees in if we want. There's many different ways that we can release, of course. You could come into Halasana or the plow pose with the legs going behind you, like this. Or you could raise the head if you feel like the back needs more than just Pavanmukhtasana. And then stretch out your right leg. Remember, we were stretching into the glute first, so give that a little bit of time. Maybe pulling from under that, the back of the thigh. And then once again we could, but we don't have to, slide the hips to the left side, then take that knee over to the right. And it's pushing, pulling, pressing in any way you like. But then eventually finding that softness in the pose, comfortable stretch. Noticing how you're slowing down. Notice your breath without trying to guide it, change it. And we slowly come back. Roll onto the back and into a comfortable release, maybe Pavanmukhtasana, maybe elsewhere. we slowly make our way into Shavasana, or the corpse pose. Aware of that openness of the body to the room you're in, the energy of the room. And you're really part of that, symbolically and literally. That's that openness of the hands, for example. As I'm sure we all know, that pressing of the palms together. When you say hello in India, it's not just a way, or thank you, anywhere nowadays, is a way of keeping your energy in an equilibrium, a free flow of energy, unconstricted and not meddled with by someone else whose hand you've been shaking. Well, that's the idea behind it. And here your palms are open to the ceiling. You're open to the energy of the room. And you're also slowly influencing the energy in the room with this body. Not the material body, but everything you're made of. Every tiny little atom. And then slowly start guiding your breaths, in for 3 and out for 6. We'll start with in for 2, out for 4. So really quick breaths, nothing crazy different to what you were doing before. And of course, you will change it, but the idea is to keep it really natural and comfortable. And notice how you're not pushing the air out, you're letting it go. You're allowing it to leave the body. Slowly start moving your fingers and toes, your wrists and ankles, the arms and legs and hips. No right or wrong way. You can do whatever you want here to move into the body. I suggest keeping the eyes closed as you make your way up into a seated position. Maybe you're rocking up, maybe through the right side of the body.
And sit in any way you like. And then take a moment to notice how you feel. Are you tired, or do you feel refreshed? Do you feel stressed, or do you maybe feel a little bit fatigued? And based on that, I want you to decide whether you close off the right or the left nostril. So you want to activate the left nostril, make it more dominant if you want to slow down, if you want to de-stress. If you suffer from fatigue, then close off the left nostril and breathe through the right. So whichever one it is for you, and it doesn't really matter which hand. Traditionally, right hand, and I won't mirror now if you've got the eyes open. Right thumb to the right nostril, or right forefinger or ring finger to the left nostril. But it doesn't really matter, so don't overthink it. Just close whichever nostril you think you want to close based on which nostril you want to be open, to be more dominant. Left, so breathing through the left to slow down, to get that grounding energy, to be calm, and breathing through the right if you feel like you may be a little bit fatigued, tired, and you could do with more focus. We've got that natural breathing cycle. Every 90 seconds this changes from one nostril to the other. But through things like chronic stress or chronic fatigue there, or even just allergies, colds, this can be interrupted. And still in for 3 and out for 6. And if you're not quite sure which nostril to close, if you're not sure whether you're highly focused, whether you want more focus or you want grounding energy, then just alternate nostrils, in through the left, out through the right, in through the right, out through the left. Slowly release, gently move into the neck, maybe the shoulders, maybe the back. Is there something your body needs? And raise the arms up high. You can join me in 3 sighs if you like, where we're dropping the arms. Breathe in and sigh out. And again, inhale, arms up. And let go. One more time, breathe in and hold at the top. And let go. And then rub your hands together. And place the palms over your face. And when you're ready, open the eyes and bring the hands to your heart center. Thank you very much, everybody. And I'll see you soon.